This is Jay Norris with Brewer FX here in Chicago. Welcome to our video trend map. Today is Wednesday, October 1st. Before we get rolling, I need to point out that trading futures and Forex is a risky endeavor and may not be suitable for all investors. The charts we're seeing here are snapshots of current market conditions and may be no indication of future conditions. First market we're covering is the Euro-US dollar. If you look eyes lower right here, we had a pretty good sell-off the last couple of days. Market sold off down here to 140. We could probably look for some kind of reaction off the old low just below 140. Upper right on the 240-minute chart, we can see the trend, the short-term, intermediate-term trend, definitely lower there. As you know, last week's trade did prove to be distribution before the sharp sell-off we're seeing this week. Next market, the British pound. British pound, similar situation to the euro. Came off hard. What we saw was the trends on the 240, the daily, came together, and when you have higher time frame trends come together like that, that's what you get. Good lesson here on the daily pound, the daily cable chart here. See this the shooting star here? I have the arrow on there. That was also a change of direction candle, and that it closed below the low of the previous day. That was a pretty good tell, real good indication of what was to come, which was a pretty nice sell-off. Australian dollar next. The Aussie sold off also in unison with the others. Aussie continues to be the weaker here, although it's still above the lows. It did not make a lower low yet, so we may look for a reaction low here on the daily. If you look at the upper right here, you had upper right the 4-hour chart, the 240-minute chart. Looks like a nice little head and shoulder formation. That did prove to be a head and shoulder formation. We identified that as such. Of course, you never know, but yeah, it broke the neckline and then it sold off nicely. So you can, it's always good to know market formations for sure. Next chart, the yen. The yen has kind of been my nemesis lately. I really thought it would go a lot lower. Lower right here, the daily chart. Now you have a double bottom in place. My own mentor cautioned me early in the week as far as position trading. He said, you have to day trade these markets. You have to be on the screen, and because they're just whipping around with the fundamentals out there. You just can't leave. You can't trust your positions. You gotta. The only way to take advantage of that is be on the screen, and that was very good advice. Upper right, you see the yen. I kept that. I kept the lines in there that mark that symmetrical triangle. We see basically the market came back and tested the breakout, tested the original breakout. Let's see we see where it goes from here. Trend on the daily here, lower right. Your most tradable trend here is going to be the last 2 months or so, and that still looks to be pointing lower. You're still below that resistance line there, so you have a double bottom, but the trend's still lower overall. So we'll have to see. Again, I would caution you, just as my own mentor cautioned me, as far as it's tough holding positions right now because we're seeing such volatility, we're seeing such big moves. Dollar CAD, lower right, the daily chart. Again, it showed in support right at the old breakout. Just kind of sat down there, kind of played possum on us. Boop, popped out of there 2 days ago, and that was the buy signal. So it looked like you had the buy signal on Monday. And now you got a little bit of run here. Primary trend still higher, secondary kind of flagging out. Next market would be the dollar Swiss, dollar chief, some people call it. Dollar chief was a nice one. You had the inside bar here, lower right on the daily. You had an inside bar here, then you had a couple dojis showed us indecision. And then you got the rally along with
Happy Kwanzaa.
The big dollar rally carried over into the Swiss franc too. He kind of played possum on us too 2 days ago. Look at that. You had that big pin doji that was showing some real indecision. But then the dollar came, really turned on the heat as we saw those European pairs really get smacked. So the Swissy weakened in unison with them, and the Swissy on the lower right here looks like they want to go up and test it. This top here too, up around 114. Euro yen carry trade here. I want you to look on the eyes left here on the weekly chart. It closed below the 07 lows now. Of course, this is a weekly chart, so we won't know for sure until 2 days from now, until Friday. But that's a pretty bearish sign. Lower right here, the September lows still held, so you could get a reaction off there. Short-term traders want to be cautious about that, but I think if you get a daily close below there, that low, that'll be something to watch for. So I think you'll probably have further downside. I want to tighten this chart up, tighten it up on the left here, and you'll see you'll start to get an idea how much downside you have. Look at that, woohoo! Yeah. Now you look at this market realistically from going back 8-10 years, and it looks different, doesn't it? You're kind of in the nosebleed seats up here. So Euro yen, you could have a long way to fall on that as they unwind the carry trade. Next chart, our buddy, the pound yen. Pound yen's a mover. Similar situation. September lows haven't given out yet, so we would probably look for a reaction there. You see some short covering. Now the pound yen, unlike the euro yen, is it's taken it pretty. They've taken it down pretty hard, so not as much room as that euro yen. But you're still quite a ways up there on the pound yen. There's definitely room below. There you go. You get a good perspective of it. But yeah, the pound yen, it definitely has some room on the downside. I appreciate these charts. These are our partner Saxo. These charts, I like them because they give me a lot of. I can go back in time and get a lot of information on the chart. They've got a cool Fibonacci tool here. I can convert it to a Gann line if I need to, and I really appreciate these charts. So as usual, if you have any questions, please give me a call. We can cover any market that you're looking at yourself. In the meantime, we do this 3 times a week. You can go to our blog at Brewer FX and look at our previous posts and look at some of the some of the fundamental commentary by Jim Hershak. And we look forward to seeing you on Friday again. Thanks again.